Let's play.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of SimCity Starter. Today I want to get into redesigning this area, hopefully. So in order to achieve that, I want to pack in some more Sims because as you can see down here, we need to bring in a little more revenue. We don't have quite enough, even though our taxes are set where they need to be. We're not making as much money as we need to make. So a couple of things I want to achieve today. We're going to add some more pump jacks over here. I want to get into the oil well over here as well, start tapping into this oil so we have more oil going out, more money coming in. We're going to start to pack this area in a bit of a system like this so we have some more residents so we can just simply make money, save that money so we can start the redesign, because I tend to like to build in neighborhoods, at least one neighborhood at a time for the most part. Not always, but I really like this section up here. I always have. I really can't explain why. So what I want to do is get into fixing this up and turning this into the neighborhood that I want it to be. That will consist of maybe taking this road and curving it a little bit. I'm not sure yet. I had a build like that in the past I really liked. And then just building some stuff in here, and you'll see, and we'll do that together as we go along. So, but for now, let's get the game rolling. And we are going to jump in here and let's edit this and get some more oil. Get it pumping, get it moving so we can get this stuff exported and again make more money as quickly as we can. So we'll put that there and that there. So now we have those. And another thing I forgot to mention, when you have a trade depot, alright, and right now all we're doing is exporting. We're not importing anything, we're not using anything locally. We don't need our delivery truck because it's not delivering anything. The global market will come in to pick this stuff up and get rid of it. So we're going to go in here and we're going to edit this and we're going to go ahead and get rid of our truck because it costs us $50 an hour and we don't need the expense. Any expense we can get rid of right now is an expense we want to get rid of until we start turning a bit more of a profit. So let's go back and let's look at putting down, well, first, you know what, let's put down some residents. We need to make this money happen. That's our main goal. So let's get some of that going on so we can make some cash. I'm going to work on actually putting these back to back. So we're going to do, I should probably maybe have done this before, but that's alright. It's not a screaming big deal. We're going to put down 244, give or take, and we'll get these things a little more back to back. So let's bring this down here as far as we can. Same with this one. I'll attach these. Get rid of these and let's get some residential and a little bit of commercial. We'll sprinkle that in because it's always a good idea, but that way the Sims don't have to walk very far to get to where they want to go for shopping, because you know how much they like to shop. Spending money is their #1 deal. So we'll go here and here. Take these all the way up. And maybe we'll do some shops right at the end of the street here. And down here as well. And then more residential here. We're just kind of packing it in. We're not really doing anything fancy or special. We just want people to move in so we can get some money. We need to get more residents. We need to get to at least 5,000 so we can take our town hall, turn it into a city hall, and really start to explore the other options of the game that are going to help us with some unlocks. And we need a Department of Finance, we would like Department of Education, all sorts of good stuff. All in due time, of course, but in order to make that happen, we need more bodies, plain and simple. So as you can see, they're already moving in, and it's looking good. It's as good as a simple straight row pattern can, but that's what we want for the time being. So now we've got that coming in, we have some revenue coming in. It's already, look at that, it's already up 1,000. So let's go in and let's put down another oil well. We'll go in here, and our storage is full on here. So you know what that means. What it means is we need more delivery trucks, because we only have one, and that delivery truck is the only truck running from here over to here to our trade depot, and then they come and they collect. This is where we want to store it, not here, because when this isn't running, we are not making money. So let's get in here and let's throw down at least one for now. I don't want to put too many at first. Your temptation, of course, is always to fill this with trucks. Get as many as you can because you want to be prepared. And, you know, when you're in Sandbox, that's great. There's no problem with that. But because we're playing this live and we're trying to actually achieve challenges and start the game and play it kind of from scratch with the original intent of the game, I don't want to spend more than I have to just yet because I want to make sure we are in the green and making some money. So now let's go back to our oil map and let us find out where the oil is over here. And, you know, I'm thinking I might put an additional road here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I won't either. Maybe I'll just run this just like so. We can put this... If we put this here, right there, these pump jacks will be in the black already, and then we could, of course, put service road for the other. As we go, as you can see, how many barrels we pump changes as we move. And right here was a sweet spot, I think. Yeah, right here is. But because we're going to run service road, I don't want to block up too much of the surrounding area. So I actually am going to go over here a little more. One off. We're going to put that down. And let's grab some service road. And we've got great oil here and great oil here. So let's take this. And we're going to go straight out a little bit. And I am going to make a deal like that. And we'll put in a pump jack or two. That's looking pretty good. Let's put one right here as well. Now we've got 6 pumps already. And we're right on top of the black. We're in the thick of it. So as this picks up. No, I probably could have waited too. I was speaking so much about conserving money, of course. These weren't necessary. These extra pump jacks were not necessary until this started to hire or be open and get people in there. But that happened within, well, a span of a couple of in-game hours. So look at that. We've already got oil pumping, and we're going to have oil delivering. Now we needed an extra oil truck here because we had 6 pump jacks plus the original 2. We are going to probably need one here as well. But we'll wait and see, just in case, because I only have 4 instead of the 6. So let's wait and see what we get there. But the important thing is we have a lot more oil, almost double the oil, being pumped now and being sent over here, where it will be stored. And then from here we're going to sell it. And how you can check that is if you go down to your Finance tab. It tells us how often we're making shipments and how much we're making every shipment. You can see here in July, we made 3 shipments. So we made, you know, 30, 40, 45, you know, that's not bad, 45 grand or so in 1 month. So we're going to keep that going. And we've got 8,000, which should mean this is ready for an upgrade. And it is. Well, let's upgrade. Congratulations. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. City Hall. Of course, with City Hall comes a bunch of people complaining about garbage, which we'll take care of that. Now, the first thing I usually like to go with is a Department of Utilities. There can be an argument made for most of these. The Department of Utilities is great, the Department of Safety is great, and the Department of Finance can help mainly with taxes. The Department of Education has always been a big help. I always think utilities are the #1 starter because of the things that you can get right away with it. So we can get rid of this. We can put in a sewage treatment plant. We can put in water treatment plant, which we won't need actually if we have a sewage treatment plant. We'll go over that. So let's get a Department of Utilities down. And it's 15,000, but that's okay. And the only reason this is a drag is I may or not move this road, which means this is going to move. And that's kind of my own thought, or my own fault. I should have thought of that. But if we continue to make money at a good pace, I'm not going to worry too much. Now let's see what the problem is with garbage here. We have 4 garbage trucks. And I don't see... We only have 548 cans to be picked up. I don't see what the issue would be. These guys should be out and about picking these up. So I'm not sure why there's a garbage issue. I'm also not seeing what I normally see when I click on that, which is the garbage trucks, where they are and what they're doing. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, unfortunately. But they are out there. You know what the problem may be? And they're there. There's one right there I can see. The problem is probably the roads. When you have these roads, as you can see, it's a 2-lane, and we've got traffic behind our garbage truck. So what happens is, not only do they go slower if they're in front of somebody, because if they're behind somebody rather, if there's a car in front of them, they can only go as fast as the traffic in front of them. But the traffic behind them, as you can see, it's already backing up. Looks like a poor train, and that's going to continue to build. So I might have to upgrade some of these roads, not because we're going to worry about density, but because we want to make sure that the trash is being picked up at a reasonable pace. They're done protesting, however, so that might wait. So I said I wanted to get into rebuilding this, and that is what I'm going to do. Now, if I tore this down to rebuild it, all I'm going to worry about is the 15 I just spent on the utilities, which is probably a knucklehead mistake that I just made, and I'm kicking myself already for it, because I'm thinking about taking this road and bending it slightly, just to give it a little bit of a look, make it a little more organic. So let's pause this real fast, and let's look at deleting this. I know I'm gonna lose some of you here. Oh, we have abandoned buildings. We'll get to that after. And of course, Henry, whenever I'm on the computer, decides that he wants attention and is going to raise hell throughout the house, so you may or may not have to listen to the kitty in the background. He means well. He's handsome, so he gets away with it. And we're going to back this up a little bit, get rid of some of these houses, because I want to make room for the angle that we're going to have. And this is going to delete the school as well. That's alright. Sometimes you have to break a few eggs, right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, I want to take this back a little bit, maybe about there. And let's go in here and let's grab our medium density avenue, and we'll actually do a straight stretch of road. We might do a little arc to connect it, but I want to kind of go this way. And I don't want to go all the way down, so I'm going to do a little measuring. I have an idea where I want a few things. I'm going to put a dirt road as flush or as close to this as I can get. So I'm going here, and as I go this way, as you can see, we get a plot point. And I'm going to use this simply for measuring. And from this, I'm going to measure out 215 simoleons, because in a previous build, I had some low density, actually some low wealth, I think it was medium density buildings that were butted up. We'll go a little over, 216 is fine. That were butted up against a road I made here, and it looked great. So I'm going to keep that the way it is. We're going to get rid of this eventually, but I liked that build, so I know that this road is going to come down a little bit. And you know what? This might not have been necessary, but that's all right. Let's move forward. I think I might want a road that goes like this. Maybe we'll bring that into there. That's exactly what we're going to do. So let's go back into here. Let's use our cheap building tool, because that works out so well for us, and we can attach that here later on. So let's get a bit of an angle. That'll make it look neat. Where do I want to start this? Let's start it. So because dirt road is cheap, we don't panic too much when we use it. I'm going to go there. And this is going to connect right here for now. And I am indeed going to grab my medium density avenue and bring that out. And then I'm going to take our arc tool, and I am simply going to attach it right there. And I like that already. That's a look I like. It's got some interesting angles. We can build grids, sort of grid patterns off of this if we like, but we don't have quite just the actual boxy grid pattern. And another thing that I generally don't do, and I'm going to show you this real fast because this is just for aesthetics as far as builds are concerned. When you have an avenue here and you want to build straight off of it, it always does this pinch point. No matter, I mean, it looks even worse with the dirt road. I'll go ahead and we'll upgrade this real fast. It looks a little better with these roads. You get more of an intersection, but I think that looks horrible. I've never liked it. I never will. And I try as hard as I can to never use it. So what I try to do instead is get a perpendicular road. And when it ends right here and we upgrade this to a low density, it doesn't look nearly as bad. And I like that a lot more. So that's what we're going to use. So we're going to use that. Let's go back into our dirt road. I know I want to bring this up. And then what I'm going to do is trim the ends. And I'm going to round this. And I kind of want sort of a sharp corner. Let's see what we get. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I like that a lot. I hope you do too. We're going to go ahead and get rid of our measuring stick back there. And I'm going to bring this straight down, and we're going to get rid of these houses, and that's okay. We knew this was coming. Because we're going to replace them all anyway. Sometimes when you're rebuilding an entire area, you might want to wait until the garbage has been picked up, because it can create ground pollution. However, ground pollution isn't forever, so I'm not going to worry about it. So let's get rid of all of these, and now we have a bunch of homeless people. Poor people. That's okay. And we'll do this, and you know, now I'm going to leave that for the time being, and you're thinking, what on earth are you talking about? Well, I may, and you know what, let's just go ahead and do it actually. I'm going to bring this straight forward. I'm not sure quite yet what I want to do with this area, but I know I want this to come out, so let's have that be a three-way intersection, and I think that looks just fine. Now, I may even round this back corner. I might get rid of this road altogether here. I might just do that. So anyway, but I know I want to do some other measuring, and from here I'm going to measure out 244, give or take. Simoleons actually usually give, but 244, and that's going to make an ugly intersection, so we won't make that there. I think I've got a solution. So let's just bring this out, and let's do that again. 244, give or take. And the reason I'm doing 244 is because in here we're probably going to end up with more medium and high wealth, probably medium wealth, but also medium density and high density. And this is going to give us enough room to put these buildings in. We can have one of those, and it'll fit really nice. And I think what I may do is measure off the distance of a single. Let me think for just a second. Maybe, yeah. Do I want to go? It's a bad place to measure. Yeah, we'll do 244 here because we can put in a big building. You know, let's do this. Now, I held the shift key because I wanted to pull perpendicular to this road. Obviously, this is not on one of our cardinal directions, but that's also why I think it's interesting. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to bulldoze that. And I think I might even I might get rid of this. I'm trying just to make an interesting look here. If I get rid of that and that. Maybe pull that straight across. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's not too bad. It's a little grid pattern, but we'll be okay with that, right? All right. I am now going to take this and let's see. I think I'm going to back this up. I'm kind of winging this a little bit as I go. I'm not sure if I like this or not, to be honest with you. It's not quite what I had in mind. If I get rid of that, we can arc this a little. We can bring this around. Well, let's start with bringing this back a little bit and this back a little bit. And let's go into our roads and grab our arc tool because I really like that arc tool. And that's not going to, it's not unfortunately going to draw, it won't delete our placed buildings like this. So we're going to have to delete our fire station. And I'm going to bounce this for now too. Going back to this road, I want to bring this down and around like that. And I really like that. And let's see if I can kind of match this. This is a little more guesswork than I'd like it to be. If I measure off here 244, this may help us get the angle we want. So let's do that. Yeah, that matches, kind of matches around. There's, if you look, there's a little tree there, and if we just go through that, there we go. And that's kind of interesting. And then I want to take, and I want a straight road that comes out into this area here, probably two of them. So let's bring this out for a bit, and we will measure here, see if we can get a full, yeah, we can, absolutely, great. Gonna go completely perpendicular wonderful, more terraforming issues. Who cares? Hopefully that'll look better when we get some buildings in there. And then we're going to take our arc tool and we're going to go in here just like so. That's more of what I'm looking for. It really is. And then this, I'm going to bring this all the way to the end. But I'm not going to connect it because I think there would be distancing issues. So let's go ahead and zone some of this stuff. Let's take the residential completely all the way through there. This was the whole point of me putting this here, measuring it, was to get the residential in here. So let's do that. I'm going to leave this to be commercial, and this will be commercial, I think. So we'll go here, and we'll pull all the way around for residency there, and more residential there. Let's do it back to back for now. No, let's leave it. Let's leave it. Do I want residential here? We have room for services in a school. We have to put that school back, because if we have our uneducated Sims, we're still going to run into all those issues that we alluded to previously. So now we also need to connect these, and these are just temporary connections because I need to have this connected. Otherwise, we're going to have, obviously, problems with these Sims getting to where they need to go, which is mainly work, while this area rebuilds, because we're going to take a hit in our population and we're going to take a hit in our finances. And we're also going to have a bit of a problem because I don't know where I want to put the city hall yet again. So I don't want to keep moving it because I'm going to spend 15,000 every time I do. But that's okay. We might have to do it anyway. So let's get the game rolling yet again. And we're going to have these people start to move in. And they're going to start building. And this is going to look a lot more like I wanted it. I'm pretty happy with that. And what I'm hoping for right here mainly, because I've seen this before and I love this look and I've talked about it before, I want the row houses right here. I think that looks so cool. And I want to have row housing here. And it'll look like a really awesome little blue-collar neighborhood. And we'll have this kind of standalone neighborhood here. I'm going to build another one here. Maybe another one here, because I do want to get some more industrial stuff going over here. So, but we have, these are pumping, we have money coming in. We didn't take quite as bad a hit per hour as I thought. And actually, our population is doing okay. So now I really need to think about where I want to put that city hall. But you know what? That is going to wait for next time. That's going to wait for next time. Yep. That's going to do it for today, guys. Go ahead and if you want, leave me a message in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you for another episode of SimCity Starter.